Okay, and it seems like we are live. Let's see what's going on. Let me just check. Make sure everything is good. Make sure everybody can get on. Just checking the live stream. This looks good. Make sure everything is good. Make sure everybody can get on. All right. Seems like everything's good. So let's jump right into this then. Here's what I'm going to do today. Today, I am detailing in depth the unusual but highly effective process that loses our clients over 30 pounds in 2 months without restricting them or holding them back from their favorite foods. Call them our clients, call them our friends, call them, some of them are even our family. All right, so we're going to talk about their stories today and the things we've done to help them out and show them what to do. So give me 1 second as I'm just making sure everything's good to go. All right. Everything seems ready to go. So this webinar is brought to you today by me, Ryan Kearns, and I'm just talking to you about how we can lose weight really in 2018. And this is the number one, I'm going to detail 3 steps that you can use in order to do it, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do all this stuff. But first I want to say, look, I know that it's hard. It's not always easy. And I know that, you might be thinking, this guy doesn't know what it's like to be fat. And this guy doesn't know. And this guy, has never been there like I am. And I know that that's like probably your number one concern, is that other people don't understand what it's like to be in your shoes, to have your, body, to have your issues, to have your weight gain and your body, because we all have our own bodies. We're not the same person, obviously. So we all have our own things that hold us back, things that challenge us, things that help us. And I just want you to know that I'm there for you. And first and foremost, if you've failed in the past, I want, it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you failed in the past. It happens to everybody. It happened to me. I've failed so many times. I seek failure on a daily basis. And we'll talk about that more later. But if you're concerned, I know that you probably think about this issue in your life a lot, and you worry about it and you're concerned about it. But I want to help you lay that fear to rest, right? You don't need to be worried and concerned and have all this panic, anxiety, and fear over your body issues or over your anxiety and things like that. We can talk about that too. And I know that I can help you lay that fear to rest, not worry anymore, and not have that terrible anxiety and that fear about your body, okay? So listen, the media makes it difficult. They really do, guys. It's insane. Between media, the government, and the big pharmacies, they all stand to make a profit off of you feeling terrible about yourself and continuing bad habits so that you can get sick and pay big pharma a lot of money so that you can, have your medicine so that you can get better. And it's all a big cycle. All of these things are connected, and it's just, they stand to make a profit off of our money when we're sick, unhealthy, eating, making bad decisions, and eating based on our emotions, which our emotions can be triggered easily by the media, which, the media is closely tied to the government. It goes on and on and on. So, it's not your fault. It's another way of saying, like, this is not your fault. It's hard out there, and it's hard between all these people that stand to make a profit off of you to make the right decisions and to continue down a healthy path is harder than ever. So it's not your fault, and you can do this. I know you can do it. And the number one saying that we have at the Love Food Lifestyle is, with love you can. Like, you really can, as long as you're coming from a place of love. And it's not about restricting yourself, holding yourself back, beating yourself up, being angry at yourself, hating your body, things like that. Those are all negative things that we do not want in our life. So we have to come from a full place of love, understand ourselves, have some self-awareness, have some empathy, and understand, exactly what we can do to fix the problem. But you can do it. I know you can do it. All right. So if you're here, thank you so much for coming. And today I want to help beginners take your health into your control, right? Crush your goals and then absolutely thrive, right? You know, from up to this point, it may have felt like, you know, you just didn't have full control over everything, kind of like you were trying and trying, but you were spinning your wheels, or maybe you feel like you're in quicksand and the quicksand is just digging you in deeper and deeper every time you try to get out. So for beginners, you know, I know what that feels like. I've been there, and I want to help you get things back into your control, get the ball back in your court so you can say, I'm going to do it, I'm going to crush it, and then you go out and you do it, all right? And for more advanced people, which, you know, today everybody has an opinion about health and wellness and what we should be eating and what we shouldn't be eating. You know, even the unhealthiest person can try and have an opinion about this. It happens all the time. So, you know, I really just want to show you how to use these principles that I'm going to show you to take your healthy living. You can take it to new heights. Like I'm telling you, this stuff I did not know when I was first starting out. When I started practicing some of the things that I'm going to teach you today, it actually just accelerated everything by, you know, 50 times, 100 times. I don't know what you want to say. I have like the most energy ever. I feel vibrant. I feel like I'm actually living, and I feel like I can give everything I have to other people, and that's why I work so hard on creating content and doing live webinars like this. I also want to let you guys know I do not have anything to sell in this entire webinar. This is just for you. This is for you guys to absolutely thrive, and I want you to take this stuff seriously because it's literally the journey that got me to where I am. It's built me into the person I am today, and I need to share it because I know this can help a lot of people, and that's all I'm here to do. You know, my big why, the reason why I create all of this stuff is to inspire and connect other people to living a long, thriving, and vibrant lifestyle filled with energy and passion. And, you know, that's all I want for my life. That's all I want for everyone's life. I think everyone deserves to experience that. So that's why I'm here, and that's why we're going to rock and roll today. All right. So the goal is to show you that, number one, the only way to reach your full potential in this one life that we're given is to lose weight, feel great, and thrive. All right. I think you and I both know that in order for you to be the best possible version of yourself, you need to, you know, have your body in the best possible shape. It just helps your brain work better. It helps your social life. It helps every single other area of your life when your body feels 100%. And this is not even that much about looks. I just want everybody to feel great, magnificent, outstanding. All right. And the second thing is the only way to lose weight, feel great, and thrive is by using the Love Food lifestyle and all the tips and tricks that I can show you here today on my YouTube channel, on my Instagram, and so on and so forth. So those are the two goals for this presentation, and I'm doing a live webinar every single Thursday. So thank you again. Thank you so much for being here, and let's move forward. The 3 secrets to weight loss, guys. This is the real content of the webinar. This is when we dig in, we get our hands dirty, we start to learn some awesome, awesome stuff. So the first thing we're going to learn about today is the unbelievable tactic to losing weight that no one talks about, but everyone secretly knows. All right, it's going to seem obvious. It's going to seem like, wow, I should have thought of that a long time ago. And it's, you know, everyone secretly knows about this, but it's unbelievable that the amount of people that do it is minimal to zero. So we're going to talk about that. The second thing we're going to talk about is the undeniable secret to making the healthy choice every single time without beating ourselves up or losing our confidence. And, you know, that's, you know, probably one of the number one reasons I hear about people, you know, I say, why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to, you know, become in better shape? Why do you want to, you know, have a healthy lifestyle? And 9 times out of 10, the idea of confidence comes up in that conversation. It may not be the first thing they say, but, you know, we all know that confidence leads to a better life in every area of life, because if you can go into every situation confident that you can handle it, that you can get out of the situation, or that you can thrive within the situation, then you're going to just, you know, go in and come from such a good place. And you'll be able to connect with more people, you'll be able to bring more to every situation, and you'll just thrive. Really, there is no stopping you at that point, and it's really cool. So that's the number 2 secret that I'm going to show you today. And it's making the healthy choice every single time. That's what else could you ask for? Like, we all want to know how to do that so that we don't have to suffer, we don't have to beat ourselves up, we don't have to get angry when we mess up, because we're all humans, right? And you know what? There is no such thing as messing up. Sometimes we cheat, sometimes we enjoy ourselves, and we have that ice cream. We'll talk about that more later. Number 3, how to make healthy living super fast, incredibly easy, and cost little to no extra money. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to absolutely crush, demolish, destroy, shoot up, explode, and kill all of your excuses when it comes to living a healthy lifestyle. I'm here to just make all of your excuses implode on each other and become non-existent. So you leave this webinar and you become the best, healthiest, thriving example of vibrant energy and passion that that you can just spill that amazing power over the world. And let me take a quick drink of water before we get into these secrets, and then we are going to rock and roll. Some fine H2O. All right, here we go. Number 1, the unbelievable tactic to losing weight that no one talks about but everyone secretly knows. But first, I apologize, guys. I did that weird build-up, but I forgot I'm supposed to introduce myself a little bit better here. My name is Ryan Kearns. I am a father, a husband, and a healthy living aficionado. I've been at it for a long time, guys. I've always worried about health. Sometimes it's been a worry, sometimes it's been a fun hobby, and other times it's just been me. And, most of the time it's always been me. I just love it so much. I like talking about it, thinking about it, reading about it, listening to things about it, watching things about it. I love healthy living, and I've always loved it for a really long time. See, when I was 14 years old, maybe, I think in this picture I might have been even younger. I think I was like 12. I was the fat kid. You can tell from the picture, I was very overweight. I actually weighed in at 200 pounds. Actually, I was 208, directly, like right around the time this picture was taken. Which, for a kid that's like 10 or 12 or whatever, that was a lot. That was way more than any of my friends. All my friends were in the hundreds or maybe not even. And 200 pounds for a young boy is way too much weight. And it's not even about the number of weight itself. It was the way that I looked, the way that I felt when I looked in the mirror. I was not confident. I was not happy with my body. And I carried that into all the situations that I was going into growing up. And it was a terrible, terrible thing until I completely transformed my body. But, when I did that, everyone was asking me, hey, Ryan, how did you do that? Like, how did you do that? People started asking me, they wanted tips and tricks, and they wanted to know what I did in order to lose all that weight and how I got to, look like I have some muscle, like I have, a six pack, or how I have, a skinny torso, and I don't look overweight. And it's not just growing up either, because this was before I even finished hitting puberty at this point. I was still young when I figured it out, and people started asking me how I was doing it. By the time I was like 16, people were asking me, hey Ryan, how'd you lose weight? Because I'm trying to lose weight and I'm really wondering. And what that did was it fed a deep hunger within me to help other people. Right. So this is what I did. I started studying the crap out of nutrition, exercise, right? I wanted to know what was actually working. I started off by just doing stuff, and then it ended up working for me, but I wanted it to work even better, and I wanted more, and I wanted to get stronger and bigger and more lean and more, have less body fat and be, better and better and better. And I kept growing and growing and growing. And I kept searching for answers, and I kept trying to find the newest, the best, the only ways that work in order to lose weight, feel great, have energy, you know, everything, just have a complete healthy lifestyle. And, you know, I've always been obsessed with this from the point when I was a young kid at just 12 years old, you know, weighing in over 200 pounds. From then on, you know, I started off just trying to do stuff, and then I just got into studying some more, and then studying some more and studying some more. And I studied probably too much without taking enough action, but I studied a lot is my point, all right? And the whole reason that I started chasing this desire for more in the health area of my life is, you know, one, I wanted to stay healthy. Two, I wanted to improve my performance, right? I wanted to be able to bring a new level of energy and vibrancy into all the areas of my life, not just physical performance at the gym, but also, you know, making friends and going out and, you know, meeting women and pretty much all types of every single area of my life. Really, I wanted it to improve, and I knew that by going after health first, everything else would follow. And I just wanted to increase the quality of my life. And that's always been the theme in my life, is I've been trying to increase the quality of my life substantially by taking specific steps towards self-betterment, understanding the self, like self-awareness, and just, you know, also learning how to give more to others and coming from a place of empathy so I can understand, you know, what it feels like to be in other people's shoes. I've used all of those tools to try and increase the quality of my life forever. So those are the three reasons why I got started with everything. But you know what? It wasn't always like that, because I was into health and fitness at a young age, but then, you know, something happened. It's called love. All right. I met this girl right here. Her name is Mandy. She's now my wife, but at this time we just met each other. We were falling in love. You can tell by the picture. And this is what our diet looked like. You know, we had the candy, the late night runs to Walmart, the sodas, the chips, the cakes, the Little Debbie, everything, oatmeal cream pies, nutty bars, Swiss rolls, honey buns, all those things. I remember going to Walmart at 2 a.m. just to get more snacks, ordering Domino's pizza, and just, you know, getting fat and happy with my new girlfriend. And then something crazy happened, you guys. She got pregnant with our first daughter. And it was a very insane moment in our life. I was 18 years old when I found out I was going to have my first kid, and there she is. But the thing is, when she was born, she was rushed to the NICU, the newborn intensive care unit. And you can see here she's hooked up to all the machines. She's got breathing tubes in her nose. She's got another machine attached to her hand. She's got machines attached to her little tiny chest there. And it broke our hearts to see her like this. Not only was it the scariest moment of my life, but I'll always remember the feeling of, you know, my baby being born and then immediately taken away from me. And what it did was it lit this fire within Mandy and I to understand health, and, you know, even more than before. At this point, I was already deep into understanding the body and health and how I can be healthy, but I lost my ways, right? I got off track. I started, you know, eating all that terrible food because, you know, I was in love, and we were just, you know, living life and being silly and having fun. And that happens to everyone. But we took a whole other stance on it once our daughter went through this traumatic experience where we were thinking, like, you know, that might have been our fault. Like, we cannot have our kids grow up with an unhealthy lifestyle if it's going to cause them to be sick and in the hospital, and, you know, just, you know, if it's going to hurt them, then we cannot have that in our life. So it changed our whole mind about living a healthy lifestyle. And this, obviously, this story is very hard for me to talk about. It's very, what's the word? It's emotional and it's vulnerable for me to talk about this subject. But that's what happened at the time. And it got us back to eating a healthy lifestyle. So I can't complain about it now. But that's what happened. So there she was, I was staring at her in that glass case, and she was in one of those rectangle cases in the NICU, and me and Mandy were looking at each other, and we said, you know what, like, this is not worth it. We need to really focus on our health when we get home from the hospital, and we need to figure out exactly what we have to do in order to be the healthiest version of ourselves so that our kids can live longer, so that we can live longer for our kids, and so that our kids will come up with that in their lifestyle so that they can thrive and we can thrive with them. So that's when, we started taking it super, super seriously. But, it wasn't very easy. We came home and we started studying again and started getting back into health and nutrition. And that's when I realized, what the heck, guys? There's so much information out there. It's directly contradicting other information out there, and each different camp of what we should eat in nutrition and how to think about food it's very, very divided. You've got vegans, vegetarians, ketogenic, Whole30, Weight Watcher. Like, there's so many different camps that people live in when it comes to nutrition and the healthiest way to eat. You got sugar-free, you got all these people touting all these different lifestyles, and it's a lot. It's too much, in fact, and it makes it very, very hard for people like you and I, or people like me and Mandy, to live a healthy lifestyle and become the healthiest version of ourselves, especially at this time when we just brought a newborn baby home from the hospital. We're both working, full time, and we're trying to handle this baby, and we're trying to take control of our health at the same exact time. And, the information that's out there, some of it is bad, some of it is good, some of it has studies to back it up. Some of those studies are funded by people that stand to make a profit. And it gets so messy so fast. And I realized this very quickly, and I decided that it's absolutely insane to just pick one and go with it. And you have to do deep research in order to understand it for yourself. And that's what I decided to do. And the whole point of all of this stuff is so that I don't want, I just want my kids to look up to me. My biggest fear is that I'm a disappointment to my kids, and that I'm just, not the best version of myself. I would hate to be that dad that just sits on the couch and does nothing all day and doesn't spend time with his kids because he doesn't have the energy, or because he's too fat, or because he just doesn't want to get up off the couch and he can't give his kids the attention, the time, the fun, and the resources that they need. And in turn, that would just disappoint my kids. And that's just basically been my biggest fear ever since I started having a family. And then, you look around and you start seeing all the ridiculous things online for how to lose weight. You got all these crazy supplements at every corner, belly wraps. You got all these whey proteins, muscle milks, and crazy stuff. All these different supplements, different vitamins, different minerals that people swear you should take, and apple cider vinegar and drink it every day, pre-workouts and creatine, and the list goes on and on. It's a wild industry where everybody wants to take your money. Everybody stands to make a profit off of you, and it makes it so much harder. So that's just another thing to add to the equation when you're talking about trying to figure out how to be healthy. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like, all right, so here's what I'm doing. I'm measuring everything, right? I'm measuring my calories, my fat intake, I'm measuring everything that I eat. not literally weighing it out, but just, trying to take my best guess. How many calories does this have? How many calories does that have? Measuring the calories and making sure that I'm on a deficit and not a surplus. I was also, trying to decide how to make the healthy choice every time. I was trying to, choose the apple over the donut, and I was successfully doing that. And I was searching for protein, and I was consistently exercising. And, I was going to the gym all the time. I remember back when my daughter was first born, I was going to the gym 5 days a week. I was really crushing it, going to the gym all the time. And I was trying my best to eat healthy from what I knew. But why couldn't I get any results? And these are the facts. This is exactly what happened. I couldn't get the results that you would expect for the amount of work that I was doing. And I was trying lots of things. I was trying to use different powders like creatine and protein powders. I was eating high protein meals, and I was counting my calories and carbs and my macros. And I was trying to make the healthy decision when it came to eating sweets. I was eating fruit instead of eating like donuts. So why were my results just completely plateauing? I couldn't build muscle. I couldn't lose fat. I was still pretty chubby in my midsection, and I wasn't getting down to the results that I wanted, even, this is after the point where we were eating all those terrible things before my daughter was born. I was doing all these healthy things, but I wasn't really getting the results that I would expect. It was taking really, 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 really long, and it would be like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. It would be like, I just could not gain any consistent traction towards the goals that I was trying to get, and I couldn't figure out why at all until I found a man on YouTube, and I'm going to mention his name here. This is the first guy that I started watching. Since then, I've reached out. I've talked to him a few times. I've reached out to him. I also have other people that I watch at this point. But let me show you this guy. His name is. Hang on a second. Okay, so I had an epiphany because of watching my favorite guy, this guy right here. His name is Derek Simnett from Simnett Nutrition. Some of you may know who this is. He has a very popular channel here on YouTube.com. If you have not seen his channel, I would suggest anybody go take a look. It's Simnett Nutrition. And I will write that in the description box below once this video is done being live. But this guy is the man. He is obviously ripped and obviously knows what he's doing when it comes to health and fitness. And he said something in one of his videos where you can see here, it says, make sure you get enough calories. That was strange. I never heard that. I never heard that stance taken before, and I was intrigued by it. You always hear everybody talking about, oh, you need to, watch how many calories you take. Don't have too many calories, and don't eat that many calories because they're bad. And calories are kind of turned into the devil when you're trying to lose weight. And so this idea was a new one, and I thank Derek for putting me on to this new idea, because it changed my life. And this was the epiphany that it gave me. It showed me that if, he was primarily eating these foods, and I could do the same thing. He was primarily eating fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, seeds, beans, and legumes. All right. So basically all plant-based living foods that are not, highly processed. They're not meat or cheese, or they do not come from an animal. Which, right away you're thinking, oh God, another vegan. And yes, Derek Simnett is a vegan. I too am a vegan, but I didn't start out as a vegan. I started out as a plant-based diet. All right. And what that means is I ate these things that you see on the screen right now, but I did not, it wasn't about the animals. It was about my own body. It was about being the healthiest version of myself. And it was about trying to get to the unrealized potential that I had by eating mostly plants, because plants are alive, and it just makes sense, right? If you think, and And so that was my plan from then forward, was to eat those foods. So this is what it looked like before. I would restrict myself, control my portions, and stop myself from eating crap food, right? I would really stay on top of myself and be like, don't eat that, don't eat that, don't eat that. And I would be worried and kind of scared about it. I was counting my calories and my carbs, so I was counting all the the macros, the fat, the calories, the carbs, things like that. I was avoiding things like junk food and sweets. Like, I wouldn't go out for fast food or do anything like that. And I was working out as often as I could. But my new plan with this plant-based lifestyle was, I started asking the question, is eating more food the answer instead of eating less food? And could I instead focus on getting enough calories instead of focusing on, cutting out calories or restricting calories? Could I focus on getting more of them and trying to get as many as possible? So here was my full plan. I was going to buy great foods, which, they're the foods that I just showed you. Your beans, seeds, nuts, grains, vegetables, and fruits. I think I named it all. I was going to add these foods in, and I was going to increase my calories of these good foods, right? And I was going to continue to work out as much as I possibly could. And I was going to come from a place of love all the time, right? I was going to love other people. I was going to love my food. I was going to love myself and have a general self-awareness to say, you know what? Like, I know you messed up, but I still love you. And, just generally coming from this area of love and trying to come from this place in every situation so that, I could bring that with me throughout all the situations that I have to encounter in my life. That was the overall plan for me, and I made that plan a few years ago. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it was not always easy, right? Just like everything else, it takes sacrifice, it takes discipline, it takes doing the hard thing even though it's hard. It takes hard work, dedication, focus. It takes trying and learning and growing. And I had to learn how to cook. I had to learn how to exercise the right way. I learned a whole new set of exercises that I never before had, called calisthenics. Push-ups, pull-ups, squats, dips are the basis. And then you got muscle-ups and, planches and handstands and all types of crazy stuff from there. So I had to learn all of these things as I was trying to learn and grow and become the best version of myself. And it was not easy to do at all. I don't want to give you the impression, oh, it's super easy, just do this. Like, no, that's not it. It's like any goal that you want to hit, like anything worth doing, it is hard. It takes sacrifice, it takes time, it takes patience, and it takes focus and dedication. All right. So it was hard, but over time, I started to get results. And this picture with my shirt, lifting up my shirt, this was very early on in my journey. This was, like a year or two ago, I think. At this point, I think if I lifted up my shirt, it would look a little bit better than that. Not, just saying. But I'm proud of those results. After just a short amount of time, my abs are clearly showing. They're not, all the way popping out. I don't look like, I don't know, like some crazy, insane athlete. I mean, I am still a dad and I have a job. I can't work out 24/7. But, I'm getting real results from this stuff, and I have more energy, more passion, more, I have this vibrancy with me as I go throughout my day. No matter what's going on in my life, I can cope with it. I can also do awesome, more advanced movements like you're seeing here on the picture in the left. I can do that. That's just an L-sit hold. I can do that for a good amount of time. And these, just being able to perform better and starting to see results in my body. And when I say starting, I mean this is probably a year into my journey, but it was a year or a year plus since then. It's been. So it looks better now, but like I was saying before, nothing happens overnight. So these results are, solid for the amount of time that I put into doing this. So those were my results. And then, I decided I had to share this with as many people as possible. And I created Love Food Lifestyle. And the whole purpose is to inspire and connect other people to living a long, thriving, and vibrant lifestyle filled with energy and passion. All right. So I just want that for as many people as possible, because that's why I'm doing what I do here at Love Food Lifestyle. And the team here is just amazing. We're spreading love, we're spreading positivity, we're spreading good vibes and just amazing ideas and concepts and recipes to do with food and lifestyle ideas that really bring people to the next level when it comes to meditation, being mindful of everything. Exploring the idea of empathy, self-awareness, and so much more. I can't even go into every area of lifestyle, but it has been amazing. And this is Mandy. She pictured on the left, right after the birth of my daughter, when my daughter went to the NICU, and on the right was about a few months in, like 4 months, I think. And she used these exact same ideas that I'm talking about. Like, it's not just me that got results from this, all right? My wife got these amazing results where now, as you can see from this picture, her abs are starting to show. She got rid of her belly. She has amazing looking legs. Her legs look skinnier. Look at her. She looks beautiful, vibrant, radiant. She is thriving, and it shows. So that's what this type of lifestyle can do for you and your body as well. Now we're going to get into the real content. Sorry about that, how I told you we were going to do that before. I had to go a little bit more into my backstory just so that you guys have some context and you understand where I'm coming from. Look, I've been there. I've had to go through my own experience with learning and growing and becoming familiar with nutrition and exercise. And I've been doing this since I was 12 or 13 years old. So as you know, like, I've been on top of the ball, and I've been very, very prudent in learning and becoming better and better and better at nutrition and exercise, which is why I feel like I'm in a place now where it's not only that I can help other people, I have to help other people, or else I'm messed up as a person if I don't reach out and show other people the types of things that I've already learned and put the time into understanding, because it gets ridiculous. You can only learn so much without taking action. And, I'm to a point now where I'm overflowing with information. I need to take action and get it out to you guys. So this is the unbelievable tactic to losing weight that no one talks about, but everyone secretly knows. And here at Love Food Lifestyle, we call it put good in. All right. This is a very simple idea that we all need to start understanding. And when I say we all, I mean society in general. Put good in means add in the good foods and don't worry about anything else. There's all these people counting calories, counting carbs, counting macros, counting fat, whatever you want to count. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's about understanding your body, knowing your body, kind of having an intuition about how your body feels, and then putting good food into your body. Like, that's all there is to it. It's putting whole plant-based foods in your body. I'm talking beans, nuts, seeds, fruits, vegetables, legumes, grains, just adding them into your diet. And that's the best possible thing that you can do for a healthy future, for a healthy lifestyle, for positive nutrition in your life, is to just add these things in. It doesn't take holding yourself back. It doesn't take restricting yourself, tying yourself up, holding yourself captive. You don't need to do that. You don't need to beat yourself up over bad foods if you're just consistently putting amazing food into your body, and your body learns how to utilize, and absorb these nutrients much better. And since it can absorb all these nutrients much better, you have less cravings, you have less wants and needs for terrible, unhealthy choices that you may have made in the past. All right. So this is the focus of everything that we do at Love Food Lifestyle. It's really just trying to get more people to add good food into their diet. If you check out my Instagram, you'll see that I always write this one section of my Instagram is called Why Food is Dope. And it'll be like, quinoa is dope. Or yeah, it'll be like, why quinoa is dope. Why garbanzo beans are dope. Why avocados are dope. Why kale is dope. And it will just list all the amazing reasons why it's so amazing to put that particular fruit, vegetable, nut, seed, bean, legume into your body. Because put good in, right? I just want to give people more tools to know that putting good food into your body is the number one and best way to become the best, healthiest version of yourself. I'm dead serious. It sounds so simple, so easy, so obvious, but don't focus on cutting things out, because when you break that and you actually eat it, you're going to be mad at yourself. And you're going to be like, I was supposed to not eat that. I was restricting myself from that thing. I was trying to stay away from that. But instead, if you just focus on putting good in, and you just say, yeah, I want that because it's good, and I want that because it's good, and I want that because it's good for me. Then if you do end up having ice cream, you'll know that it's not good for you, but you won't be mad at yourself. You'll just say, yeah, I wanted some ice cream. It was good. Maybe it's not good for me, but it's good. It tastes good. All right. So, it just takes a lighter approach to all this trying to be healthy. It's not about cutting things out. It's not about tying your hands behind your back. It's about giving yourself the best possible ingredients and the best possible food. When I first started doing a whole plant-based diet, my one friend said to me, wow, you must hate food. And I said, no, actually it's the opposite. I love food so much that I want to put the highest quality ingredients into my body in every single meal. I always want to put the best food into my body because I love it that much. And they said, wow, that kind of makes sense. So that's where I got the idea actually for Love Food Lifestyle. And, that's a big idea behind Put Good In, is just finding those high quality ingredients, trying to get the best possible food into your body, and then going from there, because also the bad foods will get crowded out. You won't have to worry about, bad food sneaking up on you. They just won't be able to fit if you keep adding good food in. And then I wanted to introduce you guys to this. This is Kira. She is probably our best friend. I really love Kira. She's the best, but she said this: most people have vitamin and mineral deficiencies, and they don't even realize it. The truth is that they're missing some major nutrients that have the power to change their life. And it's true, guys. If you think about it, a lot of us have these cravings in the middle of the night. We'll have cravings we'll have a sweet tooth. We'll have, we want something salty. We want something sweet. We want something to eat in the middle of the night and stuff. But the real problem here is that we have vitamin and mineral deficiencies. We're missing all these things that our body is supposed to have because we're eating empty calories when we're eating the unhealthy choices. But if we focus on putting good food into our body, we won't have those vitamins and minerals. Those important nutrients won't be missing from our diet, and our body will feel satisfied and happy with the choices that we've made. All right. And the reason I included Kira's quote here is because she has a bachelor's of science in wellness and alternative medicine. So she's much more qualified than me. No, but she's just a really, really good friend. And, I often talk about, having her on the team here at Love Food Lifestyle. And I think, that she's a perfect fit, and she embodies our culture and our exactly what we're going for. So, it's always top of mind that she's always hanging out with us, and I'm sure you guys will meet her eventually because she's one of our best friends. Now, this love food lifestyle, this put good in idea has changed my mother's life. Now, of course, as I started learning all of these things, I was running back to my mother. This is my mother. Her name is Carol. I was running back to her, telling her about all the amazing things that this lifestyle was doing for my body. And I was teaching her everything that I was learning. And I was showing her that a whole foods, plant-based diet could change your energy levels. It could heal anything. And it could really just bring your body and mind to the next level. Like, it's insane. I can't even explain it to people in normal terms because it sounds less than what it really is. Like, the amount that I can feel like I'm thriving and vibrant and just able to do whatever I want in this world has increased tenfold since I started a plant-based diet. Now, my mother, she has psoriasis, and she said that as soon as she switched to a whole foods plant-based diet, I'm talking a week later, she said her breathing and her skin have improved. So her psoriasis started going away on a plant-based diet, and she lost 17 pounds in about like 2 weeks at that point. It was like 2 weeks. I think at this point she's lost over 30 pounds, and she's still going. She's still losing a bunch of weight. But when I made this, she lost 17 pounds so far, and I'm so proud of her. I'm so glad to be able to report to you guys that, I can do something that has the power to help my own mother maybe live a little bit longer on this earth with me. And it's really important to us. So it's just amazing to be able to talk about that. And that's it. So the first thing again was to put good in. That's the secret that everybody knows, but nobody quite does it, right? If you just put amazing foods into your body, the rest will take care of itself. The second tip here is the undeniable secret to making the healthy choice every single time without beating ourselves up or losing our confidence. This one's super huge. I wish I could just have more people understand this right from the jump when they're getting into a healthy lifestyle, because it would help so many more people. So the main object here is to make choosing the healthiest choice our default option. Okay? So what that means is making it so that in every situation you choose the healthy choice because it's just your default go-to normal everyday option, right? Once you can do that, you've succeeded and you now will live a healthy lifestyle. So if you're in a situation where there's a bunch of pizza and a bunch of French fries, or you can have an apple. If you choose the apple, now just because, if it's your default option, you'll just be like, no, I don't eat that stuff, and then you'll just pick up the apple, right? So making, choosing the healthiest choice, the default option, that's the best possible way that anybody can lose weight ever. And it's the number one thing that you need to focus on doing if you want to lose weight. If you have a whole bunch of weight to lose, choosing the healthiest choice is obviously what you need to do, right? But making choosing the healthiest choice your go-to default factory settings, if you will, that is so powerful because you won't even need to think about it. It will be subconscious. It will be easy to walk through your life and make the healthy choice at every corner. And, that's what it's like for me today, but it obviously is not like that from the beginning. It's something you have to learn how to do. And, now today I walk through, I go anywhere, I just know what to get for myself off any menu. I know what to choose when I'm looking at different foods that, sometimes I just won't even eat at all if they don't have something healthy for me to eat. And that's a whole other story. But basically, it's super powerful. Now, this is my friend Nikki. All right. She's another client of mine. She works in a pizza place. All right. She's the manager. So she's always around some temptation with cheesy, doughy goodness surrounding her at all times. And so far, she's lost 27 pounds and she's still going. Even though she lives in that environment, she works in that environment day in and day out. And the reason is because she learned how to make the healthy option the default option. So she doesn't even, desire the pizza anymore. She doesn't even desire the garlic knots and all the bad things that you want, the donuts, whatever's there, right? She doesn't even want it anymore. She just gravitates toward the healthy option and makes the healthy choice every single time. And it's a reconditioning that everybody needs to go through when they're trying to lose weight or when they're trying to become healthier. They need to go through this reconditioning where their body can now understand what to choose every time, and it needs to link up with your brain, so your brain and your body say, all right, this is what I want, this is all I'm going to eat, right? It's not about just each and every decision, right? We eat 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day. We need to make that healthy decision every single time. And if we can't, then it's not going to work out for us. But we need to make that healthy decision in the beginning. We need to make it 100% of the time, and we'll get conditioned to make it our default option. And then when you make an unhealthy decision, it's not the default. It's just a treat, right? It's just, all right, I'll give it to myself today. All right, I'll do it today. And it's just a treat, and it's good, and it's just a treat. And you know that if you were faced with the same decision an hour later or the next day, you would choose the healthy option because it's your go-to factory settings. It's your default option. All right, so that's a huge one. I wish more people understood, but that is the whole goal in losing weight, is to change your default option. So once you can figure out how to do that for you, and the thing is, look, we're all different, right? Like we're wired differently. We have different things that make us tick. We have different things that make us go. I do things for different reasons than you do things. So I can't sit here and tell you what's going to make you make the default option your healthy option. But I can tell you that that's what you need to figure out in order to get there. And I have helped people figure it out in the past, and I've sat down with them and picked their brain for hours and hours until I understood them, had full empathy, full understanding of the picture of their life, context, and understanding of, what situations they're going to be dealing with. And then I can help them with making the healthy choice the default option. But really, in the beginning, it's just about 100% of the time, make the healthy option the default option. 100%. No ifs, ands, or buts. 100% need to make the right choice, because then it will overflow into the rest of your life. 2, 3, 4, 5 months in, 6 months in, you could say, okay, well, I've been doing this for a while. I'm pretty confident that I'm always going to make the healthy choice. And then you can say, all right, let me get some ice cream, or let me splurge and eat some cake, or whatever your thing is, right? So that's the second thing. Make the healthy option the default option. Find out how you work, how you tick, deploy some self-awareness and give yourself that treat. All right? So now the third and final tip that I have today is how to make healthy living super fast, incredibly easy, and cost little to no extra money. Well, what I really want to say here is, listen, I have a friend, his name is Sean Dekmar, and he owns a business, right? A big business, and he makes a lot of money. He does very well for himself, but he's also one of the healthiest guys that I know. He works out 2 times a day. He always has energy. He feels amazing all the time. He's just packed with energy and passion, and he's a very vibrant living, example of what I would like to be. So I asked him, I said, it's so expensive, man. Like, how do you pay for everything? How do you do it? And money is not a thing for him. But he told me this. He said, you have to invest in yourself. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. Take courses, go to college, like they all say. And he's like, no. Like, I'm not saying invest in yourself for courses or college or money. I'm saying invest the time into your health. And I was super surprised that he said that, because he worked out twice a day and stuff, but he wasn't the type to talk about it like that. He wasn't the type to be like, an advocate for healthy living. He just did it because, well, this is why. He claimed that every success he's ever had, and then all of his success and money and time that he had, which, was a lot more than me at the time, came from investing into his health and his body and choosing to eat the right foods and going to the gym multiple times per day. He claims that that is what allowed him to make more money, make more time, have more success, have more energy, pretty much everything. All of the health benefits, plus he said it made him more money and more time. So I was like, whoa, I did not expect that at all. This guy is very good with money, and he trades the stock market, and he knows all about finances. So I expected some type of tip like that when I asked him how he affords, healthy living. But he said, basically, healthy living is what allows him to afford the rest of his lifestyle, because it allows him to make more money, and it allows him to be healthier, and it allows him to make the right decisions within his business. It allows him to, do all the right things day in and day out, so that he can thrive within his business, within his finances, within his social life, within his health life, within his family life, every single thing, right? It's like the snowball effect. And that's really why it's a big reason why I like health and talking about it so much, is because I've realized that if you start there, it ends up snowballing into every other area of your life. It can make you more money. It can make you more friends. It can make you a love relationship. It can make you, have more spirituality. It can literally make you have more abundance in every area of your life if you start with A, what you put in your body, and B, how you treat your body via exercise or yoga or meditation or anything like that. When you start adding those things in for your body, the rest, everything else kind of like seems to fall into place. You start making more money. It's crazy. And it's almost unbelievable how crazy it is, but you can trust me when I say I've tried it, and it really did change my bottom line. It changed the money I was making, my finances, my relationships. It changed every area of my life when I learned how to take nutrition and exercise completely seriously, even after, not taking it seriously when I first moved in with my girlfriend, who's now my wife. All right, and this is Sean Deckmar right here, actually. He says, my business and my future depend on what I put in my body today. And I believe that we should all invest in ourselves first, and that starts with the food we eat. So thank you so much, Sean, for those words of wisdom, because it really shaped a big part of my life. Because I always used to say, I want to eat healthy, but it's so expensive, and I want to go to the gym, but it's so expensive. But he basically destroyed that myth when he told me that, I have more money because I work on my body. This is Megan and Peter. These are a couple other my clients. They said once they started following the Love Food lifestyle, their lives improved in a lot of different ways, right? So they have 2 kids. They have Molly and Sammy, and they have a dog, Frank. They just bought a house up in Vermont, and literally they are thriving. They have the best lifestyle ever. They even started their own organic garden in their backyard, which is so amazing. And I couldn't be happier to be a part of their health journey. Then I'm so grateful that they decided to allow us to help them, and I can't believe how awesome it's been for them. And it's so cool, such a cool success story. I love their little family. They reminded us so much of us, me, Mandy, and our 2 kids, that it just felt like a match made in heaven when we started working with them. And we allowed them to, just hit so many of their goals. It's just amazing. So that's just another really cool success story. And so basically just remember that if you invest in yourself, not just with money, right? via time, via healthy food, it leads you to more money. It also leads you to more happiness, more health, more vitality, more relationships, more friendships, more happiness. I mean, the list could go on and on and on. Energy, passion, everything you could ever imagine is right behind investing in yourself as far as, adding in good foods and exercises. And that's basically all I have for this training today, guys. So, like I said, focus on putting good in. Focus on adding in those good foods because they're so amazing for the body. They help you get rid of all those cravings and all those wants for bad, unnecessary foods that we don't need and our body doesn't like. And give yourself that love, right? Come from a place of love. Understand yourself and you have to get yourself to the healthy option is the default option. Got to come from a place of love in terms of your body. You have to love your body in order to change your body. You can't change your body with hate, right? You cannot change your body with hate. You can't say, I don't like my big ass. I want it to get little. And then it gets little. You have to say, you know what? I love my ass the way that it is. I think it looks amazing. And I think that if I do this one exercise, it could look even better. That is the attitude that will allow you to lose weight faster. Not only that, but you'll just be happier. And you can come from a place of love in other areas of your life. And it's so important. And so it becomes fun. And it's not as much of like a challenge where you're fighting a constant battle with yourself. It can become more of a game where you're playing to win every time. You're not battling anybody. You're just playing to win. You're saying, all right, well, I love myself like this, and I want to look like this. And your body is like, okay, let's do it because you're showing us love by doing this, right? It's not like I hate my body. I need it to look like this. Then you're just fighting an uphill battle where you're trying to restrict yourself, trying to change yourself into something that you are not, and that's not what we want. Okay, and the third thing is continue to exercise and invest in yourself, right? You want to continue to invest in yourself via, the time for working out, the time for cooking the healthy meals, the time for doing the healthy grocery shopping, the money for the healthy grocery shopping. And, it's not only that, like I know I said to make it extremely easy and cheap, costs little to no extra money. The truth is it costs little to no extra money if you're doing it right. Look, whole plant-based foods do not cost more than meat and cheese. Meat and cheese are the most expensive things you buy, so eating more whole plant-based foods is never going to be the reason why you're overspending. If you simply just buy more fruits, more vegetables, more nuts, seeds, beans, and grains, then you should be good to go. And the cool part about that is if you want to save a whole bunch of money, you can buy most of those things in bulk, which allows you to buy more of it, which lasts longer, but it'll be at a cheaper price per pound, and it'll last forever. So it ends up being actually way cheaper than it would be to buy meat or cheese or highly processed foods like chips and cakes and candies and stuff like that. So that's another thing, is just it's not actually that expensive is the first thing. You don't need all the powders and witch potions in order to lose weight. And then the second thing is just realizing that investing in yourself is the best possible way to even make more money and to just be healthier and happier, more vibrant, more energy. You've heard me before. It will change every single area of your life. So those are the three things that I really wanted to touch on today, teach you about, show you about, tell you some stories about, and show you how we're helping other people as well. And that's all I have. And like I said, I don't have anything to sell you guys. So that is it. But I just want to let you know I'm doing another live webinar next Thursday. And I'm trying to make this a constant thing every Thursday, right? But, we'll start, this is the first one. So the next one will be on the 18th. And it's called Master Your Productivity, live on YouTube, Thursday, January 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so what I'm talking about is how to plan your day, how to find your why, so you know why you're doing each thing in your plan, and how to schedule out your day on Google Calendar so that you have notifications that will, text you or send to you when you need to do the next thing on your calendar. And that can be kind of technical, and I can show you the entire technical part of everything on that webinar. And I can also show you how to make your plan and how to think about it, and the psychology behind creating a plan, and then the psychology behind finding your why. You need to find why you're doing each and every step on that plan, because that is what's going to lead you to actually stay consistent with it and keep on doing it. And I'm not even talking about just losing weight. These ideas for me are more about, building my business, spending time with my family, doing the things that I need to do in my business and with my family day in and day out to keep the balance and to keep the happiness and to keep my productivity high and myself in a great mood, thriving and vibrant, right? So if you want to master your productivity, I want to invite you, and especially you, because you've watched this entire webinar. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope you come to the next one next Thursday on January 18th for Master Your Productivity. And I want to invite you to click the subscribe button for my channel and click the bell, because then you'll be notified every time we're live, which is looking like we're going to do it every single Thursday from here on out. I'm going to come out with new trainings and new webinars that I can give to you. Some of them might be repeats, but the next one that we're doing, like I said, is about Google Calendar. It's about scheduling and planning your day, because, I make a lot of content for busy people that want to work out. Busy people that want to live a healthy lifestyle. They have this hard time, giving the time and giving the time and money into living a healthy lifestyle, eating the healthy foods, cooking the healthy dinners, going to the gym. The biggest excuse is always, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough time. And this is how I'm going to show you how to destroy that excuse, right? This is how you get the time. I cannot explain to you how much my life has changed and how important it's been for me to create a schedule, and how much better it's making 2018 for me than 2017 ever was. And it's because creating a schedule allows you to take action instead of just learning and watching things and kind of, going about your day slowly. You can be taking action on things that need to be done, every step of the day, every hour of the day, every 20 minutes of the day if need be. And I want to show you all about it. I want you to be productive. I want you to be able to fit in your workouts, fit in your healthy meals. I also want you to be able to build the business of your dreams and, do whatever you want to do with your life, because like I said in the very beginning, in the middle, and now at the very end, the whole reason I do this is to inspire and connect other people to living a long, thriving, and vibrant lifestyle filled with energy and passion. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm Ryan Kearns from Love Food Lifestyle, and I'll see you next Thursday, January 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out.